This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions.
So this short shift podcast is about an experience of mine, which was the opportunity that I had to be able to sit with a colleague of mine and talk about our business in front of 140 odd people. So there's a couple of things that I think is incredibly important to be able to think about when you come to doing a sort of presentation, a demo, something like that, instead of in front of a large audience. The first thing, you got to know your content. I spent hours, like 3-4 hours on learning the content of the slides. Now, I'm sort of against death by PowerPoint. I'm really anti it. I think it can add some value. PowerPoint can add some value. But I think you've got to be able to not be over-reliant on it. I don't like PowerPoint slides that have all the words and someone sits or stands in front of that and reads off of the slides. That's just lazy, in my opinion. You've not done enough preparation. You've not done enough work. You're relying on the power of the words on the slides rather than the power of you. So I would say don't do that. Visually, PowerPoint is good. It can do some really interesting things. Use pictures, use visualization, use mind maps, use tools that make it easier to be able to see. So I like pictures, visualizations of what you're trying to talk about. So, for example, if you want to say my thought on X, Y, and Z, why not have a picture of a head with a light, i.e. a thought? So that, for me, just makes the viewer, in the person who's listening to you, be a little bit more interested in what you're trying to talk about, rather than thinking, this guy is going to bore me with content. So, a couple of things there. Know your content, study it, repeat it, say it out loud, say it in front of somebody, repeat. There is no shortcuts. Well, the shortcut is just label all of your content on your slides and read it, but don't do that. Really don't do that. So learn your content, get it done. There's no shortcut. Just do it, right? Second point I just want to recap is PowerPoint is great, but PowerPoint needs to be used as a tool to give you an advantage, okay? Use visualization, use pictures, use content, short bullets that give you your points, okay? The next thing is something that people are going to go, I can't do this, I won't do this, leave me alone. So both those things anyone can do. The third point is standing, sitting in front of those people and talking. Some people like it, some people don't like it. You're either more geared towards it than you're not. Okay? For me, God, I was nervous the night before. Really nervous. But once I'd learnt the content, knew what I was going to talk about, knew who I was talking to, knew who it was just going to the audience were, I felt more comfortable. Now, there'll be some people listening to this on the introverted side that would go, I just can't do it. Okay, I disagree. I think everyone, even if you're introverted, can be talented talkers, speakers at events. So I would say don't ever be constrained by something like that. But it's probably easier for people who are on the other end of extroverted. So for me, I got there early, got there, checked out the room, found out where I was sitting. I actually wrote little cue cards, very old-fashioned now. Most people would use a phone or whatever. Use the cue cards, had my bullets, talked my bullets, filled in the sort of fill-in language, because you've got to be able to you can't just say bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3. You've got to fill in the language with ands and thes and make it sound a little bit more interesting for people rather than just repeating whatever slides are on there. So if you're introverted and you don't want to talk in front of people, you got two options. You either never do it, which is probably quite a big constraint in your life, or you do it and you repeat and you do it in demos in front of clients, you do it in presentations in front of people in your office, you do it in team meetings, you do it until it becomes natural. As I say, I quite like doing it. I get a little buzz from doing it, and therefore I feel that I get a kick out of it. Some people don't, but in most cases, to be really successful, you need to be able to do it. So I would say, get out there, do it, try it, fail, do badly, but you will get better. There are groups. There's speaking groups that will be able to help you on tactics and how to style your things. There's definitely people out there that can help. One of the advantages that I've had is I'm doing this. This gives me an ability to be able to talk and talk more naturally. And I talk from quite limited. I don't necessarily always have slides or points that I want to make. I go with what makes sense to me. So listen, learn, educate, get your knowledge, get your slides, do it, fail, do it again, fail, do it again, repeat until you get good at it. No one's ever going to do it perfectly first time. So just keep on repeating it and you'll be able to be a really proficient speaker at events. Mark Hayward, 169 on Twitter. Also, you've got all my YouTube videos on my channel on YouTube. Also, there is Facebook, Absolute Business Mindset as a private group. Please do apply. And also on the podcast, which is Absolute Business Mindset. Thank you.